Welcome back to the Chicago Bears franchise, everybody. My name is MrHurriicane, and this week we're in Minnesota as the Bears take on the Vikings. Chicago has once again turned to undrafted quarterback Pat McChesney, who will make his second consecutive start. The Bears are playing their 8th game of the season today, and their 5th against division foes, meaning just one game left in the second half of the season. They didn't play well at all last week against Seattle, but hope to turn things around in a big division game here as we get kicked off. Stefon Diggs is back deep for the Vikings, and he takes a knee. Touchback Minnesota. And here comes the Viking offense, which has not been a very good offense this year. But the Bear defense is only ranked 25th in the league. 1st and 10 Vikings, and an opening here on the first carry for Latavius Murray. That'll pick up a first down on a gain of 12. Bears once again without one of their best run defenders in Akeem Hicks, as Sam Bradford back to pass for the first time, lost the football, but I think he got it back. He was sacked by Leonard Floyd. Vikings backed up a bit now as they have Laquan Treadwell slot right. It's a screen for Murray, and he's wrapped up on the play by Marcus Calhoun, who forced a fumble last week. Now we'll see this Bear offense, again led by Pat McChesney, rookie out of Texas A&M. In his first career start, McChesney did not get much help from his supporting cast. The blocking wasn't very good and the receivers weren't reliable. He did put together a good fourth quarter, and he's making his second career start right here with 2 tight ends on the field, 1st and 10. And this play is not going to work. That's big Linval Joseph who stuffs the run. A loss on the play for Jordan Howard, so McChesney to throw on 2nd down, throws short to Cam Meredith, who was wrapped up by Xavier Rhodes, 3rd down. Can the O-line give him protection on 3rd down? Blitz up the middle, and McChesney is planted in the backfield. On the blitz was Eric Kendricks, and the Bears have gone 3 and out. 9:57 to go in the first quarter as the Vikings start their second possession with a screen. Latavius Murray to the 35 and stopped after a solid pickup. 3rd down now for Minnesota. Stefon Diggs and Adam Thielen, the receivers, but they keep it on the ground, and the play is made by Nick Kwiatkowski. There is a very quick 3 and out for Minnesota. Now inside their 15-yard line, Bears go with the run again with Jordan Howard. Breaks one tackle at Trey Waynes, but can't break free, getting about 2 yards on the play. Quincy Enunwa, the single receiver to the right side. 2nd down, McChesney, incomplete. Enunwa had it, and I'm not sure if Xavier Rhodes broke that up or caused some contact. Now 3rd and 7 for the Bears. Stepping up, McChesney airmails the pass in the direction of Cam Meredith. Welcome to the NFL. Your first 2 starts are against the Seahawks and the Viking defenses. Viking football now, good field position, but Murray is stuffed. Without Akeem Hicks, they're again relying on impressive 6th-round rookie Dante Rooks. 3rd and 7, a laser from Bradford to Stacy Coley. In his 2nd year out of Miami, that's a first down. Going back to the run now. Murray through the middle. He had an opening and he tripped. The touchdown was there, but Murray couldn't keep his balance. Ball at the 20. Again, Latavius Murray staying busy. A spin outside and now turning it up. Nice run by Murray to get about 7. He's already at 8 carries. Now Bilal Powell checks in for Minnesota. 3rd and 3. Blitz from Calhoun to the end zone and incomplete for Adam Thielen. Coverage by Amukamara, and Bradford is shaken up. It was Calhoun on the blitz who never actually contacted Bradford, but he chased him into Carlos Romero, and he's favoring that right shoulder. 3-0 Minnesota after a field goal, and the Bears will try to get something going, but they are ranked the #1 defense in the NFL. This is also a very good 5-2 Viking team. 3rd and 7 now, looking for a first down. McChesney across the middle, it's caught. First down. Paul Richardson just activated off of injured reserve this past week, and you can tell he's excited about his Bear debut. There's some big play potential now for the offense. Flag on the play on first down as Howard got a couple, and they had to hold to get it. 20 yards to go now. You can't afford to go backwards here. Good protection at least as McChesney puts it up, but Trey Waynes breaks up the pass for Richardson. That's a very good matchup there in the slot between Waynes and Richardson. Screen on third down, read perfectly by Linval Joseph. There's another punt for you. Kind of a similar start to last week's game where neither offense was spectacular. Bradford is back in the game, by the way, for the Vikings, airing it out, broken up. And that is the ex-Viking, Terrence Newman, who has spent a number of years with Mike Zimmer across 3 different teams. 3rd and 7 now for Bradford. He's pressured and taken down. Dante Rooks. He leads this team in sacks, now 5.5, after being a 6th round draft pick out of Rutgers. Ryan Quigley punts it away, and he has some distance behind this. Returnable, though, for Tariq Cohen. He gets a couple blocks, angles outside, and gets tripped up by J-Ron Curse. Lucky tackle there for the Vikings. Pretty good field position at least, as they'll try something different, pitching it outside to Jordan Howard, and the Vikings flow sideline to sideline pretty well. After a gain of 3, fake to Howard. Here's the rush, watch out, McChesney is speared by Daniil Hunter. 3rd and 16. It's hard enough to convert 3rd and 8 against this team. Now it's twice that amount, and Tariq Cohen makes a good catch, but that's not going to cut it. Bears again, 3 and out. How long can this Bear defense keep playing well? They have done a pretty good job against these Vikings so far, as Murray tries to spin his way forward and gets stopped again. Already 11 carries for Murray. Now from the eye, they fake it to him, and Bradford is taken down. 3rd down pressure from Pernell McPhee. There's another stop. That's what this Bear team needs, at least on defense. Mike Tomlin has to be happy about that, especially after last week. But how about some offense for this team? Here's McChesney. He escapes to his right, and he'll follow his receivers as blockers and pick up the 1st down. That's one of the things he does well. He has good running back skills, actually. Some thought he should be a running back at this level. Here's McChesney now to the air, finding Meredith, but again, just nothing after the catch, brought down by Kendricks. It's a more manageable 3rd down now, right on the edge of field goal range. 5 on the rush, quick throw, caught. Right at the sticks, Quincy Anunwa does not get it, but the Bear offense is going nowhere. They've made it this far, 4th and inches, they sneak it. 1st down McChesney, who got it with ease and wasn't really expecting that. So the Bears keep driving now. At the Viking 31, Howard gets it, bounces off Harrison Smith, and there's nobody left. Howard all the way for a Chicago touchdown. Number 3 on the season for Howard. It's taken a while to get these 3 touchdowns. Hopefully more to come as he just bounces off one of the best safeties in the league. There's a lead now for Chicago midway through the 2nd quarter. And the Vikings going back to their running game, and that is not working. Jarrell Holland, the rookie, brings down Latavius Murray. That makes it 2nd down and long. They go back to Murray, who puts it on the ground. And the Bears have recovered. Another forced fumble for Jarrell Freeman. It does look like the ball is coming out before Murray was down. Bear football. At the Minnesota 19, it's Howard again. He gets the lane to the 5. Howard to the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 touchdowns in the first 7 games of the season, and 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of game time today. What a first half here for the Bears. Still a long way to go. Kind of a tough day for Latavius Murray as he gets stuffed by Carlos Romero, another undrafted rookie on this team. Can they stop the Vikings again? 3rd and 10. Check down off the hands and nearly picked off. Latavius Murray had another mistake. We are just a few minutes from halftime. The Bears have an amazing opportunity right now as Howard again gets some good yardage on this play. That time Smith does make the tackle. At the 35, draw to Cunningham, who is spun down by Eric Kendricks. That takes us down to 2:10. 3rd down in inches. Back to Howard, off left tackle, move the chains. and we hit the 2-minute warning. Chicago wants to make sure the Vikings don't get another good possession in this half. McChesney on first down, feels the rush and sails the pass high. His accuracy has not been as consistent as you'd like to see. On 2nd and 10, now better protection. McChesney escapes the pocket, chased by Griffin. He does slide. Gain of about 8. 3rd and short again. Do they trust the ground game? No, they'll throw it in the flats wide open to Dion Sims. And back into Viking territory are the Chicago Bears. Another tight formation. Fake to Cohen. Pressure incoming. Dump off. Caught. That'll go for 5. Bears close to scoring range again, but 3rd down here at the Viking 44. Minnesota blitzes. McChesney incomplete for Marquis Cole. Defended by Xavier Rhodes. The Vikings do get the ball back without allowing more points, but they are running out of time. Murray is lifted off his feet here on 2nd down. That is Marcus Calhoun. I wouldn't expect the Vikings to try doing much here. 3rd and 6, pressure's there, and the pass is incomplete again. Murray dropped another. What a half for the Bears. They lead Minnesota 14-3 with a pair of Jordan Howard touchdowns. But how about this defense and how well they have shut down the Viking offense? That is certainly the way you want to see Chicago respond after the disappointing 34-10 loss last week. Can the Bears keep it up here in the second half? The offense has been much better since the first quarter, and now they'll open up play action outside. Caught by Richardson, but not much there. Tackled by Waynes. McChesney just 8 of 20 passing. Very low completion percentage as he escapes the rush. Fires downfield. Caught. Paul Richardson again gives the big play to Chicago. There's McChesney extending things, and Richardson works himself wide open. It's another drive in Minnesota territory. McChesney quickly taken to the ground. Daniil Hunter again. Bennett Jennings, the right tackle, having a tough first couple weeks as a right tackle. He gives up another pressure to Hunter, and now McChesney shaken up. Pat O'Donnell will kick it away after another disappointing end to a drive. And Diggs will let it go, bouncing inside the 10 and down at the 1. Now the Viking offense, who has struggled all day, has a 99-yard field in front of them. They give it to Murray, who gets some very important yardage to get them out of their own end zone. Now at the 8. Going back to Murray. He'll get the first, following Diggs and breaking into the open field. Brought down out across the 30. There's 22 yards. Minnesota needed that. Bears playing a lot of off coverage today. Toss right, Murray runs into Riley Reef and is taken down for another loss. There's Jarrell Freeman. Vikings facing another tough 3rd down. They have 2 tight ends in the game. Bears drop 8 in coverage, plenty of time. Bradford sails one downfield for Adam Thielen, and that's a Viking first down. Minnesota has not moved the ball well at all. This is already one of their more productive drives. At the Bear 42, now it's Bilal Powell. Finds a little daylight, but then is taken down by number 57, Marcus Calhoun. Murray back in the game, and the Bears back off again. Needing 8. Bradford with a touch throw up the seam finds Laquan Treadwell. He's done that a couple times today, putting this over the head of Jarrell Freeman. Vikings inside the 10. Offset pistol, dive, Murray nowhere to go. Dante Rooks makes another play in the backfield. Now the Bears just have to protect the goal line. 3rd down, Bradford for Rudolph, and it's broken up. Terrence Newman gets a hand on it. The ex-Viking prevents the touchdown. Minnesota forced to settle again, and now it's 14-6. Bears take over. It's Howard into the open field one more time. Across the 50, meeting Andrew Sendejo at the 41. It's a 100-yard day for Howard, and they've taken some pressure off the young quarterback with his big runs. They have spent a lot of time in Viking territory today. Off the rollout, Hunter's there again! McChesney sacked. Thankfully, he's back in the game after the hit on last possession but they have to start protecting him better. Backed up 3rd and 18. McChesney sails another pass for Richardson. He makes the catch. First down, Chicago. They get basically a pick play here. Watch Meredith and Trumaine Brock completely cut off Trey Waynes from having any chance of covering Richardson. Chicago at the 7. Give it back to Jordan Howard. What a good tackle this time by Anthony Barr. Michael Burton in the game once again on 3rd down. McChesney throws it up for Meredith. Touchdown! That's how you finish a possession right there. Meredith wins off the line. McChesney gives him a chance, a little underthrown, but Meredith still makes the play. It's 21-6. And the Vikings now have to have some urgency, but they continue to pound it with Latavius Murray. That's been their plan all game long. They have not made Bradford throw it a lot. Here's 3rd down as Bradford finds Treadwell. He stays on his feet, and he's in the clear. There's a quick answer for Minnesota, 66 yards. Bryce Callahan missed the tackle, and there was just nobody left. Great balance by Treadwell. That could have easily been just a 1st down catch. But there's the Vikings' biggest play all day. We're now in an 8-point game. Chicago has to know it's not over yet, as McChesney gets outside the pocket, uses Shaheen as a blocker. He's done that a couple times now, using one of those flat receivers as a blocker. It's good improvisation. Now at the 34, an open look to Adam Shaheen. He makes a quick catch. There's 11 yards. Tariq Cohen checking in here on a 3rd down from the 47. Vikings bring some extra rushers downfield for Meredith and broken up by Trumaine Brock. It's been tough defense all day, really for both sides. It's been a great game. 21-13 as the Vikings get it back, and they want to close this gap as Bradford hooks up with Kyle Rudolph. They are playing with a little more urgency now, and we'll see if the Bears can defend that. Bradford throwing a lot more now. He throws underneath, and the ball is dropped again by Murray, covered by Freeman. With about 10 minutes to go, 3rd down here for the Vikings against the rush. Diving catch made by Stephon Diggs, and it's shy of the marker. But the Vikings, needing just a yard, will stay on the field. Going back to the run, Murray gets the 1st down. He needed 1 and gave them 2. Vikings still driving. 8.5 minutes to go in this game. Bradford airs it out again, broken up by Bryce Callahan, defending Laquan Treadwell. Spreading out this defense again. 3rd down, Bradford. Steps up in the pocket, has time, and now stays on his feet through contact, fires deep and overthrows Murray. Bears again forcing the tough 4th down. That was a big defensive stop as Chicago will give it back to the offense. They'll want to take as much time off as they can, as Howard carries on 1st down and starts the drive successfully by getting about 10 yards. With less than 6.5 minutes to go, 3rd and short Bears. Vikings with good coverage, airmailing deep, double coverage nearly picked off by Harrison Smith. McChesney put that up for grabs. Vikings get the stop. Another punt from Pat O'Donnell. Again, Diggs lets it go, and this takes a rest at the 3. Can this Bear defense, who was impressed all day, hold this lead for 6 minutes? In his own end zone, it's Bradford. He's airing it out, single coverage deep, and it's intercepted! Terrence Newman now on the return, has blockers in front. He's going across the field now to the 20 and is wrapped up by Latavius Murray. Terrence Newman's had some tough moments this year with the Bears, but maybe his best game was against his former team and former coach. Newman's been outstanding today, and that's 1 week after being benched. Chicago at the Viking 20. McChesney wants the dagger and overthrows Deion Sims. Almost had him. 3rd down now from the 20. Vikings get aggressive, and McChesney throws short to Meredith and moves the sticks. 15-yard catch and run. It's goal to go for the Bears with 4.5 minutes left to play. Toss outside, Tariq Cohen gets a block, hurdles Tremaine Brock into the end zone, touchdown Bears. No field goals today from Chicago. They have capitalized on offense. Great blocking there by Cam Meredith as Cohen scores for the third time this season. That makes it a 15-point game, and the Vikings know that they need something quick. And this is not a good sign for them as Adam Thielen now is in pain. Stacy Coley checks in now at receiver. Bradford gets time, and Diggs is wide open flying up the sideline. Terrence Newman brings him out of bounds at the Bear 46. Again, that bunch formation from Minnesota. Bradford well protected, going deep to the sideline, it is caught. Stacy Coley with a magnificent catch. Now they're approaching the red zone. Bradford to his right finds Murray, who makes the catch this time. Vikings to the 11. They're not wasting much time on this possession. First down Bradford. Pressured again and taken down. No escaping Dante Rooks. He has taken full advantage of his opportunity this season. It's fourth down now for the Vikings. Game might be on the line here. As Bradford is sacked again, it's Rooks with the hat trick. That turns things over back to Chicago, and they can end the game. 3rd and 2. Can McChesney move the chains? He has an open man at the sticks, but he doesn't look his way, and Daniil Hunter brings him down again. Still should be okay for the Bears. Only 34 seconds to go. Vikings all out of timeouts. And Bradford's intercepted by Prince Amukamara. No one will catch him. One more for good measure. Touchdown Bears. And that will put an end to this one. What a win for Chicago. 35-13 over Minnesota. A complete turnaround from last week's debacle in Seattle. Look at that score. That's unbelievable. This is the most disappointing game the Vikings have played in at least 4 or 5 days. Chicago put together a complete game. They did not turn the football over. They won on special teams, offense, and certainly defense. The turnovers were extra. They dominated this Viking offense. And I thought we did a lot of smart things that kept us in good positions. We didn't play much press coverage at all. That's what's really gotten Terrence Newman in trouble this season. We played a lot of off-man, off-cover 3, and I thought we did a really good job. We also got some pressure, mostly from the rookies, Carlos Romero and Dante Rooks. On offense, we could have done some things better. Pat McChesney still had some accuracy issues, but our receivers played better and our running game got going. That was a great win for us. However, it does come with a couple injuries in this game as we lose Eddie Goldman and Jalen Egbo to 3-week injuries. So we're a bit thinner along the defensive line. The Vikings also lost a couple players, Adam Thielen and Kyle Williams. There were a lot of injuries in this game. So now we're 2 weeks into this Pat McChesney experiment, and he is going to start next week's game as well. And then I'll kind of reevaluate it, seeing him play against a defense not as good as Seattle's or Minnesota's. I think we have a good chance to win our second game in a row, which would equal our win total from last year. It's been a pretty tough season, but we do have a chance to really make things better than they were a year ago. So we are going to host the 2-6 Buffalo Bills next week in Week 10. Now, the Bills in the last year have not done very much to improve their team. Their receiving core is still not very good. Their defense lacks difference makers. And I think we have a lot of good matchups on both sides of the football. They did draft Rashawn Miles, the strong safety out of Wisconsin, who was my favorite safety in the draft, and he is excellent. He could be a star. He's an extremely fast safety with great cover and tackle skills. He hits hard, and he's only 21 years old. So that's what's to come in next episode against the Bills. But I wanted to actually give you a look at some of the scouting I've done so far for year 2. Remember, we're going to have 2 first-round picks this year, and tackle is again on my radar. thankfully I can say this is a good pass blocking tackle class. Last year was very thin, this year it is not. My favorite tackle is Henry Larimore. I expect him to go very early in the top 5. At cornerback, it's very thin. There is only one player that I think is a day 1 starter, and it's Herb Chapman, first round prospect out of USC. He's great in man coverage, but still needs a lot of development. And one potential draft gem I wanted to share. Look what I found. 4th round running back prospect CJ Ross might be one of the most overlooked players in the entire class. You know that I can't wait to see his combine. That's going to do it for today. Thank you all for watching a very surprising and fun episode of the Bears franchise. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, join us on the road to 200,000 subscribers, and I will have some more consistent content coming your way. I mentioned this week was going to be a little hectic in the beginning, but I hope to have more your way this weekend. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time.